Hey everybody, welcome back to Ginger Boom Studios. I'm Shelby. I have an animation degree and I'm getting my second animation degree. I'm a junior in that degree. And welcome back to me talking about whatever the hell animated thing I want to talk about. So today I thought we would do a tier list and I would rank Disney sequels. If you saw my last animation related video, you will know I don't love sequels typically, but I thought this would be really fun. I'm screen recording as we do this, and let's go. If you just want to leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever, which is your favorite Disney animated sequel? I think this list also has some Pixar. Just be aware of that. This was the most extensive list on TierMaker I could find, and I didn't feel like making my own. So please know this is not an exhaustive list of every Disney and Pixar sequel, but since, you know, Disney owns Pixar now, we might as well include it. So let's go. Okay, so right off the bat, the first one is The Rescuers Down Under, which is the sequel to the 1970s The Rescuers. Not gonna lie, I love both movies. I think this movie is like a perfect example of a sequel. It takes the original world and improves upon it. Like, it improves upon it, it's more interesting. They kept up a really nice quality of animation, which is not typical for a lot of the sequels they do, especially during that time period. I really enjoyed it, heavily enjoyed it. This one is gonna go all the way up to SS tier. I know that sounds crazy, but honestly, if you haven't seen that movie, you should give it a watch. I think it's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Alright, next one. Oh, we're coming in for the controversial takes now. Toy Story 2. You guys can cancel me in the comments. I hate Toy Story as a franchise. I don't like it. I've never liked it since I was a kid. It's not for me, you know? I don't love it. However, I will say, out of all the ones I've seen, Toy Story 2, way better. way better than the first one. I didn't really like the third one that much. Alright, what would I rank it though? We're gonna put it in C. It's not the worst. I liked a lot of the characters they added. I thought the animation was way better, but like, it's not the best one, you know? Second, Fantasia. Now, thankfully this Fantasia got rid of the racism from the first one, if I remember correctly. You know, I remember really liking this one, but I also don't remember a whole lot about it aside from one scene. I feel like you have to be in a particular mood to like Fantasia, you know, and like watch it, like either of them, so I'm also gonna put it in C with Toy Story 2. It's not the worst one, but it's not my favorite. Next. Oh, super unpopular opinion. Peter Pan 2. I actually really like this movie. I didn't like the original, and again, it got rid of a lot of the racism from the original, but I think the story of like being World War II and like that whole thing being way more interesting. I liked Wendy's daughter a lot better than I liked Wendy also, and just, I thought it was way better. So I'm not going to put it in like S tier, but I am going to put it in A tier because I think it's a pretty good sequel, and I think it fixed a lot of things, and the animation was actually pretty good. But again, it's not like my absolute favorite. It's definitely not level of like Rescuers Down Under, you know? Okay. I didn't like Jungle Book 2. I didn't like whatever it was called. I don't know all their names. I just know what number they are in the thing. I didn't really like them. I'm gonna put that one, like, it just wasn't memorable or good. I don't know. I'm gonna put that one in E. I'm being a little generous, but there's some that I don't like more. Toy Story 3, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one. I just don't like Toy Story. I think that's a fair opinion to have. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I'm going to put it in D because I think it's irrelevant, but I don't think it's as bad as a lot of the other ones that we're going over. So Next. Oh shit, more Pixar. God damn. Cars 2. I also hate Cars. I don't like the franchise at all. Like, I thought the first one was okay. And then I couldn't care less about the rest of them, so. That one's gonna go in F. I don't like it, and I don't care about it that much, so. Yeah, it's not that important. It's not that relevant. Okay. Monsters University. I watched it. I have it. I own it. You know what? As far as sequels go, it's not that bad. It's not the best. Here's the thing. Like, did I find it, like, entertaining? Could it keep my attention? Yeah. Did I think Monsters, Inc. really needed a sequel? No, not really. I also think it's interesting when everyone was really, really interested in what happened with, like, Boo, that they decided to just go with what happened before Monsters, Inc. rather than giving what people really wanted. But do I think it's, like, a bad sequel? No. You know what? I'm going to put it in B because it is absolutely not as good as Peter Pan 2. It just isn't, so. Moving on. Oh, God. I can't see that little... Planes 2? Planes 2? Planes got a second one? I haven't seen it, and there is a haven't seen tier, but I still feel that's kind of offensive to put in, not in like double F, but you know what, we'll put it in the haven't seen because I feel that's only fair, and I haven't seen it, so. Alright. I think that one is Finding Dory. It's very difficult to tell on some of the, like, because they're so little. I did see Finding Dory. I'm just gonna bring the computer closer to my face quick though. Yeah, that's Finding Dory. Okay. I did see Finding Dory in theaters. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but it wasn't great either. I'm gonna put it with Cars 2. No, that feels like an insult. I'm gonna put it with Jungle Book 2 and E tier. Like, it's not the most offensive thing to my eyes, but I don't love it. Okay, Cars 3, I'm assuming. I have seen that. Crazy, I know. I don't know why. I feel like I watched it with my cousins or something. It's going in F tier with Cars 2. Look, the Cars universe needs to be left alone and needs to die. I'm sick of Larry the Cable Guy truck. I'm sick of Cars. Like, I saw a weird simp video for the cop car on TikTok. I'm just, oh God. Would I animate for it if they called me up and offered me a job? Yes. Would I like it? Fuck no. Fuck you. All right. The next one is Incredibles 2. I did watch this. I finally saw it when it was on Netflix briefly. I actually think this is a fantastic sequel, and I was really like. So I was really concerned that it was going to be bad, but I actually really liked it. I really liked the new characters, and I really liked how it focused on Elastigirl. I thought that was really great. So where are we going to put it? We're going to put it in A tier. You know, it's pretty good. No, you know what? It's going to go in S tier. It's pretty good. It's not my favorite. I know a lot of people are probably like, Rescuers Down Under before this? No. Look, I just have a very particular taste. Okay. And, Wreck-It Ralph, like, breaks the internet or whatever. Ralph breaks the internet or whatever it is. I saw this in theaters. I gotta tell you a short story time. I watched the first one on like a bootleg DVD from somebody while it was in theaters because we all thought it was gonna be garbage. Like, I watched it in college and then we all fucking loved it, and I ripped open my wallet and I went to see it with my wife, who was my girlfriend, because it was so good. I don't know what my dog is doing in the other room, but she's pissing me off. Like, It was so good, but this sequel sucked. Like, there were parts of it that were okay, but overwhelmingly, I didn't like it. And I feel like Wreck-It Ralph didn't need a sequel, especially if this is what they were gonna do with it. So, for my enjoyment, it's getting an F. It's not... There's one movie on this list that I think is way worse than most of the other ones, so I can't put it, like, in the lowest tier, in my opinion, because it's not that level, but, like, my enjoyment of it was minimal. Okay, I haven't seen the new Mary Poppins. I'm gonna put it in haven't seen. Look, I just don't care. I love Emily Blunt, but I also just don't care about Mary Poppins that much. Sorry, not sorry. Toy Story 4 also haven't seen. I have no interest at all in Toy Story, and when they make Toy Story 5, I have absolutely no interest in it. Frozen 2 I also haven't seen, but I know... This one's harder because I know what the story is about, and I've seen like a ton of clips, but like... I don't think I needed a sequel. If you guys ever want a video about how I would have fixed the original Frozen, let me know. I didn't think Frozen was bad, but I think it could have been way better. It's definitely not their best movie, but like Frozen 2 did not need to happen. Like, it didn't. But I knew the moment Frozen got that successful that Disney was never going to let it die. They never wanted to pass up that kind of money. So if I ever watch it, I can give you more definitive ranking. Don't worry, most of these I have seen and they will be ranked, but like, yeah, I think, yeah, most of these. So if you want a video on how I would fix Frozen, let me know in the comments. I would fix the fuck out of it. Alright. The Return of Jafar. Aladdin is so problematic. But I did watch these. I watched all the sequels of Aladdin. It's not the worst, but it's not good. I'm gonna put it with Toy Story 3. Because I liked it. I didn't hate it. Like, it wasn't the worst sequel, but, that was my ring. Sorry. But it wasn't good either. So, there's that. It wasn't great. In case you're wondering why Aladdin is so problematic, it's because they took like a bunch of different cultures from the Middle East and tried to like combine them together, and then also they gave all the villains, like, they made them Arabic stereotypes and gave them accents, and then made Aladdin and Jasmine like super pretty but didn't give them accents. It's super weird. There's a bunch of other reasons, but yeah, Aladdin was never my favorite, and I'm glad it wasn't. Okay, the third Aladdin, I gotta say it actually kind of slaps. I actually really liked that they decided to talk about his dad who like ran away and left him behind, and like a lot of the songs were better. Like, the animation was not great, but like it's not a bad sequel. I'm gonna put it with Toy Story 2. I know that sounds a little crazy, but like, I'm also going off of enjoyment level. Like, obviously a lot of these have pretty bad animation, point blank, but like Disney thankfully never usually puts its name on something that's like abhorrent, except for like a couple of the 90s like TV shows, but like compared to the originals, it always goes like so far downhill. So like, it's not necessarily ranked on that unless I remember something super egregious. Okay. Next. My guys, I am so biased about this one. It's the Beauty and the Beast like Christmas movie. I will fully admit Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite Disney movies, and it's what inspired me to be an animator. So I'm always going to be biased towards Beauty and the Beast, but I'm not going to lie to you and say that this movie doesn't slap. Like, the Tim Curry villain and the characters they added, I think they did a really good job of like keeping a lot of elements of the first one while still making it a new story and still making it interesting. So I don't know, like, some places the 3D of the Tim Curry villain doesn't mesh super well with the 2D, but honestly, because of time period, I think it works pretty well. Like, this came out like when they were still kind of introducing a lot of 3D stuff, I feel like. So I'm sorry to say it, you can all say I'm biased. It's going up in SS tier because I said so. I don't remember the name of this one, but I can see it. I actually own it also, and I've seen it many times. It's the Beauty and the Beast like third sequel that's like Belle's New World or something. It's like a Cinderella 2. That sounds weird, but like it's like 3 stories basically from that world. It is not good. The animation quality is so poor. It's like a slap in the face for anybody who loves Beauty and the Beast. But did I have to get the special collector's edition because I'm that idiot? Yes. Do I regret spending that money on that? Yeah. I'm gonna put it in D tier. No, I'm gonna put it in E tier. Like, look, it's not great, but it still kind of holds a special place in my heart, you know? It just does. Oh no. I'm gonna change the battery before we get into this one. Pocahontas 2. Shit. These movies are so offensive. Like, so blatantly offensive, like, but this one particularly, like, they could have done what they did with Moana, where they made up a character who was native and, like, did that, but no, they picked a minor, and John Smith was, like, what, 30 or 40 or something, and she was also kidnapped. Like, Pocahontas was a real person. That also wasn't her name. Like, oh, God, Disney really fucked up. This movie particularly is an abomination and particularly racist. I mean, so is the original, but this one's worse. This one is just also enjoyment level through the floor. Not good. There are a couple songs that are okay, but it's mostly because the singer who plays Pocahontas has a great voice. It's not because, like, they're anything amazing. So that one is the one that's double F, for sure, 100,000%. Holy hell. Also, the animation isn't great, especially, okay, like, the first one is super racist, yeah, but at least, like, it looks pretty, right? And, like, you can enjoy a lot of the songs. Like, this one is hard to look at. Also, the scene where they, like, powdered her face and made her look whiter was just a no. No thanks. Not today. Oh my god, good. We're getting into some good ones. Lion King 2 slaps so hard. Oh my god. Okay, so while the animation could have been better, I think a lot of the songs and the concepts and just the characters, I loved the characters. This is a movie I could watch over and over and over and over and over when I was a kid. And I still could watch it now. Like, it's still really good. It still slaps. I think it expands upon the initial one pretty well, and I like how it ties in the problems from the first one into the second one. Like, there's still obviously problems, even though Scar is gone. So, I'm gonna give this one, oh, it's so hard. I'm gonna put it in S. It's really good. It's really good. I think everyone should watch that one. Goofy movie and extreme goofy, like, goofy movie that extreme one, I don't remember. It's the second one. I love the first one, and I actually do love the second one. I think the second one is fun. I think it depends on what you're looking to get out of a Disney movie. Like, if you just want to have fun and have fun watching something. I am so sorry about all the fucking traffic in my neighborhood today. Anyway, if you're looking to find something and, like, get something really fun out of, like, a Disney movie, like any kind of sequel, I think Goofy Movie 2 is really good. I don't know, I think it's, like, fun, and I think the music's fun, and I think it's always really interesting. I feel like it's so weird. I've seen all these jokes that are, like, when Mickey has some kind of movie, he's like, let's go get a present for Minnie, and then, like, when Goofy is, it's like, I'm trying to keep my head over our roof, Maxie boy, and Max is like, I hate you, Dad, and that's literally Goofy's movies, I swear, holy hell. But growing up, I loved them, especially because, like, I was so embarrassed of my parents. The only difference is that my parents didn't care about me, but Goofy really does care about his kids. So I don't know, it's a really good movie. I'm gonna put that in A tier. I don't feel it belongs with, like, Lion King 2 or The Incredibles 2, but it's still really good. Okay, next one. Little Mermaid 2. This is gonna be unpopular. I liked this one. I did. I actually thought I liked it better than the original. I don't like the original that much. Like, yeah, all of the animation is nice, but like, it's not my favorite story. It's not that interesting. Like, for the time period, I can appreciate that everyone was really excited that she had more agency than other Disney princesses, but that doesn't mean I think it's like phenomenal, you know? I do love Ursula, so I miss that she wasn't in this one, but like, I really liked this one. I thought this one was fun. We're gonna put it in B tier because I definitely like it better than everything that's in C tier. That's probably gonna be an unpopular opinion, but that's just the way it is. Here's the ranking so far. All right. Lady and the Tramp 2. It's not terrible, I guess. Like, I didn't hate it. Not very memorable. The only thing I really remember about it was how annoyed I was that like a purebred Cocker Spaniel and then like a mutt made 3 puppies that looked exactly like a Cocker Spaniel and then 1 mutt looking puppy. Like, what? No, it's not how that works. 99% of the time, that's not how it works. I liked the new girl puppy. I didn't really like anything else about it that much though, so you know what? It's gonna go in D tier. No, it's gonna go in E tier. It's not the best. Yeah. Next. Cinderella 2. This is gonna be a really unpopular opinion. I actually like this one. I liked that they took like 3 stories and the animation isn't as bad as the Beauty and the Beast one. I think if the animation in the Beauty and the Beast one was better, I wouldn't hate it so much. But the Cinderella 2 one knew what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a direct-to-VHS, and it was just kind of carrying on the original one a little bit, so they decided to make 3 little stories. I actually like the stories. I mean, I don't really care about the cats one, but I like that it shows that she's struggling with becoming royalty suddenly and people telling her what to do and like them not wanting her to hang out with all these people in the village who are nice to her because they're poor. And I also really like her helping her stepsister find love even though her stepsister was abhorrent to her. Like, I think that's great. I really liked it. I don't know. It's gonna go in C tier. It's, again, not the best sequel, but I think it's fine. I think it works well, and I think some of it's really cute, and, you know, it's fine. Oh, boy. Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. This is, if it's based purely on my enjoyment, it's rated higher, but if we're talking about, like, source material, like the first movie, and just how bad the animation is in this one, it's not great. Like, my childhood soul really wanted him to end up with someone really nice for him, and that's what this movie gives kids. But that doesn't mean it's a good movie, because it's, objectively, I know it's not. So, I'm gonna put it in D tier. Look, it's not the worst. It's certainly not the best one that there is. It's just not. Okay. Well, this is like the 3rd Tarzan one because there's a Tarzan 2. I actually like the 3rd Tarzan better than I like Tarzan 2. I know that sounds crazy, but like, I don't know. I didn't hate this one as much as I hated the other one. So I feel like it would be offensive to put it in with like D tier, but also I still don't. I'm gonna put it in E tier because you know what? My enjoyment of it was about the same as Lady and the Tramp 2, but it wasn't like higher than that, you know? Next, I'm going to let you guys in on a little story about 101 Dalmatians. I'm gonna go quick. I was terrified of Cruella de Vil and I had nightmares about her for years, and I just hated that movie because the idea of skinning puppies to me was terrifying, which I think it should be for normal children, but I also had an anxiety problem, so it was really awful. So did I like the second one when it came out? Not really. I mean, it was less scary for me, but I don't think it was like a good movie. Like, it wasn't really memorable at all. I'm gonna put it in E tier, not because I enjoyed it, but because it's irrelevant to me. You know, like, I don't think it's as bad as like how I felt about the other movies below it. So it's gonna go in E tier because it's irrelevant to me. E tier is gonna be irrelevant city, basically. Atlantis 2. You know, I didn't hate this movie. I didn't love it. Here's the thing, like, some of these I'm like, God, the original was so good. Like, Atlantis, like, if they made a second Treasure Planet, I would come for Disney's kneecaps. They are never allowed to touch Treasure Planet. I will come for them. Unless they want me to direct it, sure. But, like, unless that happens, don't touch Treasure Planet with a stick. You don't know what's good about it, obviously, because you didn't bother advertising it. Atlantis is one of those movies for me where it's like, oh my God, it was so good and Disney didn't care about it. The sequel's not as good as it, though. But that's basically true for, I think, everything except maybe The Rescuers and The Incredibles 2. So, you know what? I'm going to put it in C tier. I did enjoy it, but it's not, like, the best sequel. Man, the third Stitch movie wasn't terrible. Again, the original Lilo and Stitch is just so good and so poignant. I'm actually sad about some of the cut scenes that they cut from it because, like, they shouldn't have been. But Disney is afraid to make a statement about things like colonization, so. Again, I didn't hate it. I'm gonna put it in E tier again because it's irrelevant to me. It's irrelevant to my life experiences. God, the amount of these that I've seen is, like, ridiculous. Alright. Oh, here comes a super unpopular opinion. Lion King 1.5 slaps. It's funny. I don't know. I just always really liked it. I think it definitely doesn't hold up value the more you watch it. And it's not as good as Lion King. That was fun. I'm going to put it in B tier. It's definitely not as good as, like, Peter Pan 2 and the Goofy movie, but, like, it's a solid sequel. I know that a lot of people won't agree with that, but I like it. Mulan 2. I think Mulan 2 misunderstands just about everything good about Mulan. And I literally didn't want to see Mulan and Shang fight for an hour and a half. Like, if I wanted to watch a couple fighting, I would just go watch some of those fucking family vloggers, you know? Like, I don't want to see it in a Disney movie. I did like the princesses, but that was it. I also didn't like that Mulan was like, yeah, I'm going to sacrifice myself for the princesses by marrying that guy. Like, she has the power to do that, first of all. She doesn't, but it's not great. Mulan 2 is going to go in F tier. It's just, it misunderstands what people loved about the original. The original is really like an epic tale, you know, like based on the actual Chinese legend. So then doing that, like, also the live action Mulan remake I heard is atrocious. Again, people don't understand sometimes what makes movies so good. Yeah. Tarzan 2. Okay, I didn't hate this movie. But where did I put the other one? I don't feel right putting it above that, though. Do I, though? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of on the irrelevant spectrum. Like, you don't remember it. You don't think a whole lot about it. But is it super bad? No. You know what? I'm going to put it in D tier. I'm going to put it in D tier. You know, it's not the most interesting thing ever, but it's not the worst sequel out of this list. Definitely not, by far. Alright, let's move on. Stitch 2. I do like this one better than the third one. I put the third one in irrelevance. But it's certainly not C tier, so Stitch 2 is also going to go D tier. I feel like a lot of these sequels, again, just don't know what was good about the original. And I think the Stitch and the Tarzan sequels particularly don't understand, you know? Like, they're still cute, and I think you can still enjoy them, but they're not great. Cronk's New Groove, my dude. I actually like this movie. I think this movie at least kept the same vibe as the original and was like really fun and like upbeat, and I think it understood Cronk as a character. I don't think it's like the most poignant or interesting movie. I don't think you have to see it. I'm gonna put it in B just because it is way better than like the C tier and like some of the other ones. It is pretty freaking good. So, Bambi 2. I know some of these are getting obscure. And you guys are like, she probably hasn't seen that. I've seen it. It's going in E tier. It's just irrelevant to me, you know? Like, I don't think about it. I don't care about it. I don't ever think about it, you know? Like, it's just irrelevant to me. It's irrelevant to my life. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. But I think after the original Bambi, they should have left it alone, because the original Bambi is like absolutely heartbreaking for normal people. So trying to make like a sequel is kind of weird. I feel like Bambi was a succinct, complete story, and it didn't need a sequel. Anyway, Leroy and Stitch, fucking hell. Fucking hell. Why did they make like, how many Stitch movies is this? 1, 2, they made 3 sequels to Lilo and Stitch. And they made an animated show. I know that for a fact, because I watched the animated show. God, they really beat Lilo and Stitch to death. It's going in F tier. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It didn't mean anything to me, honestly. Yeah. Brother Bear 2. I can't be the only person, like, it's been talked about to death on TikTok, but like, turning your people of color characters into animals for 90% of the movie is not a good look. Especially when it's like every single one except Pocahontas, which is not a good movie. So, I actually enjoyed the second one. I was surprised that I did. I don't think it's anything really special though, so I'm gonna go with D, because like I remember it and my enjoyment of it was like decent. I actually really liked the girl that he was into or whatever, but like it's not as good as the original, and also just the original has a ton of problems too. So next. Fox and the Hound 2. This one's going in E too, guys. It's like irrelevant. Like, I don't think about it. I think that's another movie just like Bambi where the first one is really good and heartbreaking and you don't need a sequel. Like that song that they sing when she sends Todd away can still make me cry if I watch that sequence. Like the original is really good and there's a lot of interesting cinematic ideas. Fox and the Hound 2 is irrelevant and I don't think of it. I've watched it. I don't think of it ever. I don't. Even when I was thinking about doing this video, I didn't think of it. I didn't think about it at all. Cinderella 3. You're asking yourself, Shelby, what life choices did you make to have watched Cinderella 3? I don't know. I don't know, but I watched it. Is it as bad as some of the other sequels on this list? No. But is it good? No. I think the more Cinderella movies they make, the more obvious and painful it is that the rotoscoping that they used in the original for Cinderella and the prince doesn't match any of the other characters, and it makes it super painful to look at. Also, the premise of this one is ass backwards. It's just like, what if the evil stepmother stole the fairy godmother's wand and then they went back in time and tricked the prince and all this shit, and I think it was trying to answer that question of like, the prince didn't even know her, like why would he pick her? But in this one, he still picks her, and he still knows it's her. Like, why didn't he know who she was or something? And I'm just like, no, that doesn't answer any of the questions of him not being able to remember someone's fucking face and hair color. Like, he should have literally been like, I want all the blonde bitches about this height from the kingdom to line up. Anyone who went to the ball, or like basically anybody this height who was blonde with blue eyes, to come forward. Like, he had someone go to every house. He didn't even go. Insanity, insanity. I don't think this answers any questions. I don't think it's that entertaining. I don't think it... Oh god, it's not great. So we're gonna put an F. It's just... It's not really that horrible, and my enjoyment level wasn't like through the floor, but god, it wasn't good either. Alright. Okay. Most of these last ones I haven't seen. Why would I? I am not the age group for this. Okay, I haven't seen the third Little Mermaid. If you guys want me to watch that, I can. I'm not interested really, but I can. Okay, I've seen one of these fucking Tinkerbell movies and that's it. Don't come for me. I don't care about Tinkerbell. I don't care about this franchise. I don't care about the weird 3D models of whatever. I don't care about it. I don't think Tinkerbell needed her own fucking thing. This first one is the only one I've seen. I'm gonna put it in E tier because it's irrelevant. I don't remember like any of the plot points. I don't remember anything about it particularly. I don't care about it. It's just not important to me. And then we're gonna put the rest of them in have not seen. If you guys want to torture me, maybe someday we'll do like a fun live stream or something eventually, and you guys can force me to watch all these fucking Tinkerbell movies in a row. I would do it. Maybe if I ever get a good following, we'll do it for charity. I'll watch all the fucking Tinkerbell movies. Yeah, okay, let's look at the tiers. Yeah, you know what? I stand by this. This looks pretty accurate. The E tier. I feel like the E tier just got oversaturated because I just decided the E tier was like, it doesn't super offend me, but it's irrelevant. Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised there's only one in the FF tier. But I don't think I hate anything as much as I hate Pocahontas too. So, done. We made it. Can you guys tell me if this lighting setup is better? I lifted the ring light a lot, like it said in some of the videos. I don't know if the glare on my glasses is any better, but I don't know what I can do about it. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Maybe comment which one you like the most, which one you hate the most. I've seen way too many of these. If you have any special requests for me to actually watch one of these and do like an in-depth review or something, please let me know, like the ones that I haven't watched. I would prefer not to, but I can. Thank you so much for making it this far, and I will see you guys in the next one. The next one's going to be a movie review probably. I hope you enjoyed this. It's so much fun to make these, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!